You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
For years, October has been branded by crypto enthusiasts as Uptober, a month where Bitcoin often surprises on the upside. And here we are again in 2025, asking the same question. Can this month deliver another strong rally? History certainly leans in Bitcoin's favor. Over the last decade, October has been its best-performing month, averaging returns of around 20%. That stands out compared to February or May, which also show strength but don't come close to the consistency of October. Contrast that with September, which typically drags with an average negative return, and the setup becomes even more interesting. It's almost as if the stage gets cleared in September, making way for a rebound in October. This year, the backdrop is particularly supportive. The Federal Reserve just cut rates for the first time in 2025, easing by 25 basis points. That shift lowers borrowing costs and frees up liquidity, and those conditions generally work in favor of risk assets like Bitcoin. U.S. Treasury yields have eased to about 4.1%, which also reduces the opportunity cost of holding assets that don't generate yield, such as Bitcoin or gold. Meanwhile, equity markets look stretched, with the S&P 500 barely averaging 1% in October, and that contrast could make Bitcoin's non-correlated profile more attractive to institutional investors. Institutional demand is also showing up in another major way. Spot Bitcoin ETFs in the US have now pulled in more than $50 billion in inflows. That kind of participation signals maturity in the market and helps to reinforce the case that Bitcoin is becoming a more permanent fixture in diversified portfolios. Some investors are already considering allocations of 1 to 5% to Bitcoin within balanced strategies, not as speculation, but as a calculated bet on asymmetric upside. On the technical side, Bitcoin has already made some noise going into October. The price reclaimed levels above $118,000, breaking out from weeks of uncertainty and pushing sentiment back toward the bullish camp. Analysts point out that the market looks balanced right now, with buying and selling pressures in equilibrium, a condition that often lays the groundwork for a healthy rally. If momentum holds, that balance, combined with October's seasonality, could push Bitcoin toward the $125,000 area and even open the door for a run at $130,000. But as always, caution is needed. Volatility is never far away in crypto. While history favors October, no outcome is guaranteed. Inflation data, employment numbers, and the upcoming Fed meeting on October 29th will all play a critical role in shaping the month's liquidity conditions. At the same time, market indicators like ETF flows, treasury yields, and Bitcoin dominance will provide real-time signals of whether this rally is sustainable. So, will 2025's Uptober live up to its name? The probabilities suggest it could. The setup is there. Supportive macro policy, strong institutional inflows, and a market structure that appears stable. If those elements hold together, Bitcoin may not just repeat its seasonal strength. It could set the stage for another milestone in its long-term story. Stay subscribed for more videos.